Welcome back to the Real Estate and Home Improvement Show. I'm Mike Briggs, your host, and we come here every day and talk to people who are fixing up homes, tell you how to put in new tiles or new flooring or a new roof. And also we have realtors come on and tell us about houses they have for sale. But it all starts in one place, and that's with getting a home loan. And it's so confusing right now because I don't know, interest rates are up, they're down, inflation, this, that. We've asked an expert to come in from the Linc team, by the way, Lisa Flores. Is that all right so far?
Absolutely.
It does start with the loan, doesn't it?
It does. It does. It is very important to set that expectation with the buyer. How much they qualify for, what is my payment, how much cash do I need to bring to the table. Really starting that foundation and having clients feel the trust that is there is definitely step one for us. So we're really big on any clients, whether they're first-time buyers or buying again. Maybe they're going to be selling their home or renting it and getting a bigger home. All those options are there, but it is so important to meet with the lender first so that way you know what your budget is, and then you go and start seeing the houses.
So often, I'm in real estate a little bit, but so often the buyer starts looking at homes.
Yes.
And the realtors who let them look at them without first going to the lender, I say, shame on you, because everybody happens over, people fall in love with a house, and it's just this far out of their reach, they can't get there. So start with the lender. I always say start with the lender.
Yes.
Now, you mentioned first-time buyers. If you bought houses a couple times, there's all these terms that are used, points and interest and lock-in and all. But if you never bought before, some lenders come in with all these terms, and you don't know what they're. That's why Lisa Flores is, and the Linc team, by the way.
Yes. So I do want to touch on that. So a lot of clients, when they see rates, right, if they have something in the form of free credit monitoring, like Credit Karma is a big one. I'll have my client send me a snapshot, and, all of a sudden they're getting flooded by these offers, right? American Funding. It's their affiliates that have seen that they're shopping. So I do have to do a lot of that education, and I think that is what drives the passion to kind of have a team now. When I started with another top producing team, and then I kind of went on my solar venture, and I really wanted to see, like, okay, what can I do with this, and how much can I push the education piece so that way it makes the realtor's job easier. It sets the right expectation with the client. But yeah, I will have clients that will call me and say, oh, well, I saw, the rate was 5.875 or 5.99, and I say, well, where'd you see it? Oh, Google, or I saw it on an email. And they're not even aware, because that's my job, right, to educate them, but they're not aware that may already be coming with a 2-point buy down. So there is a difference with what is the lowest rate you can qualify for and what is the lowest rate that you can purchase. So today's lowest rate is going to have the highest cost. So discount points, that is going to, means we're bringing more money into closing, but it is an investment. So a lot of that, buy downs, the temporary buy downs, I think a lot of people have been talking about that and what quite, is a temporary buy down. There is sellers right now that are giving $7,000 to $15,000, 2 or 3%, and they're actually willing to help these buyers save potentially $250, $300
You're saying the seller's going to kick in some money to help them get. Now, about last year, I helped 2 friends buy houses as my real estate agency. They didn't get a buy down. The seller didn't give them anything. They paid $50,000 more than the asking price just to get that. But that's not a thing anymore, right?
No, not right now. So that is the number one thing. Correct. So we are in a time where it's not quite the buyer's market yet. I won't say it's fully there, but I feel like it's more neutral. It's more buyer friendly. So as you said, right now, the biggest benefit of buying a home in today's market is that, if you see something for $370, maybe they might accept a $360. Maybe they might counter back at $365. Whereas you said just a year ago, people were guaranteeing that $50,000 regardless if it appraised or not, and that was very difficult for a lot of first-time buyers.
Now, I've been in real estate for 40 years, so I've seen a lot of crazy things, ups and downs. By the way, I bought my first house at 9% interest. We were happy to get that back then.
Absolutely.
And by the way, I still made $200,000 off of that house.
Yes.
So you just got to ride it out a little bit. But it seems to me interest rates right now are normal. That's where they should be.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. So I would say probably in 2017, 2018, when I really started originating on my own, if we saw 5.25, if we saw 5.375, we were like, that's a great rate,
Rate,
and it really truly was. And then we had this period where, the government continued to buy these mortgage-backed securities, and it kept the interest rates super low. I mean, we were talking, some people were able to get a 1.99 on a 15-year refi, and that's for a home. You don't even have that for a car. So right now, what we're seeing is, the exact opposite of the shift. So now more buyers are starting to come to the table as they see the news and the media say, inflation's coming down, not as much as we'd like to see, but it is going to take some time. So I think with that news plus a little bit more inventory, and now you're not having to go over as much and, give up everything, a lot of buyers are starting to get more interested. So I encourage all of the buyers who are interested in buying a home, buy right now before you have a lot of competition, and we're no longer able to go under list price.
Right.
We're going to either be at list, or we're going to start, trekking our way back up a little bit as the competition gets more intense.
Now, I think I saw, and you're talking about buy downs and this and that.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Even I'm in the business. It's confusing for me. People who've never bought before, they don't even need to know all that. I found a spot on your webpage that listed what you need to buy a house.
Yes.
What is it, like a tax return?
Yes. So you'll need your 2 years of tax returns. You're going to need 30 days. You have your most recent pay stubs, your ID, and proof of assets. With those things, that's going to give us exactly what you qualify for.
Yeah. And that's what I love about your website.
Thank you.
Just said, start here, because
Yes.
most people have no idea.
No.
Why wouldn't people who are out paying $2,000 a month or $2,500 a month to rent you, why wouldn't they come talk to you? They should talk to you, right?
Absolutely.
It's free to talk to you, right?
Absolutely. We give our free mortgage consultants where, it's no obligation. I just want to make sure that you have the correct information so that you can make an informed decision on when it is the best time for you to buy. Because we say it all the time, but the best time to buy is when you can afford to buy. I saw a lot of my clients, unfortunately, get priced out of the market.
Yeah.
I had a lot of buyers, say, hey, I can't compete. I only have X amount.
Yeah.
To buy. And, they had to just wait it out, So the most important thing for my buyers to know is we're going to qualify you. It's not going to be, this is what I think you qualify for, and then you get into escrow and we find out, oh man, there is a lot of resources that we have available. Like I said, now I have my team, so we have a lot of systems in place to make sure that the home buying experience is as smooth as possible. I'm very big with my strategic partners in making sure we give back to the communities, and we're partnering with agents in different communities so that we can reach the people who, maybe, buying a home is not so high on, their food chain. So it's kind of my mission to make sure that, no, it is, and I'm going to tell you. So our next series that we're doing is going to be Coffee and Cars.
Nice.
I'd love for you to come if you can make
Okay.
it. And we're going to be at Campus Point, and we are partnering with an agent from EXP. And basically what we're going to do is, we're just going to get to the people and have some vendors there and reach out to the car communities and the car enthusiasts.
Nice.
So we do have a 3-date series already approved, so we will be getting more details out on that. But I really found this year with this down market, I took so much time to take the opportunities that were out there, so we really started creating these series with our partners, our referral partners, so we are doing things in Sanger, we are doing things in Fresno, we are doing things in Dinuba, we are doing things in Reedley. We are just really trying to make sure that everyone in our surrounding area that is our neighbor is, hey, the Linc team is here. We are here to help get buyers into
Speaking
homes.
of Sanger, let's look at
Yes.
this picture right here.
Oh, yes.
This is that mural from Sanger,
Correct.
and you're from Sanger.
I am.
I love people that are from here, from the
I am.
small towns in the valley.
Yep, and I was born in Sanger too.
You didn't come from L.A. to whip us
No.
into shape and make us.
No. But yeah, I love Sanger. My family's there. My family is still there, born and raised there. So our office is right off of 7th Street. We are actually in downtown Sanger, and we are there to
And
make
you're
sure.
an award-winning. Tell us about that. That's a big
That was
deal.
huge. Okay, so full disclosure, when I got the email that I had been nominated, I wasn't sure what to think. I was, is this true? Is this for real? And yeah, by golly, I was nominated for the best mortgage lender in the Central Valley, and then I won.
You won that.
So I felt that that's my biggest accomplishment to date. It's not about the accolades, right? But when someone can identify you and say, hey, you're doing a good job, and it was a vote. So it was, the
Let's
actual
talk
subscribers.
about why we invited you. Show their logo. We invited you because
Oh,
you have
thank
this
you.
whole thing going.
I do. So this logo is really important to us. Number one, we're the Linc team. So, right, we want to be the link to home ownership. We're very proud of that. Our logo is very special to us because it's showing the key, right? So we want to help more people get into turnkey homes, or maybe if they're, buying again or need an investment. So our branding is very important to us, Mike. So thank you for acknowledging that.
It's not
That's
just
huge.
a picture, a logo. It's a cool operation you have going. That's what I like.
Appreciate it.
Now, I just want to leave our viewers with the idea that people can buy houses. Now, let me say, you came into my house here,
Yes.
and you said, "Oh, what a cool house!" So I
Yeah.
bought this in '06, and my payment is $800. People are paying $1,800 a month in rent.
Yes.
Well, when I bought this place, $800 was a lot of money. I thought, "Oh man, that's a
Yeah.
lot." But now it's like nothing.
Yeah.
If people rent, every year their rent goes up. If they
Yes.
buy, their payment's the same forever.
That's a great point that you just made. So I know right now inflation is all in the news, right? What's the best way that you can protect yourself against inflation is you fix your housing. Because rent is meant to go up every year. Your landlord is going to say it costs me more money just to kind of keep everything going. So guess what that means? That means their rent is going up. So right now, I would say probably the average rent in Fresno is, close to $2,000. And it's not even in a, I hate to say it, but not going to be the most desirable area. So rents are intended to continue to rise. The best thing you can do for yourself is to make sure that you lock in that mortgage payment and you have it set. So your budgeting becomes easier. Everything just falls into place after you have that fixed housing. Because whether you're renting or whether you're buying, you're already paying it consecutively every single month.
Well, like I said, when I bought my first house in the 90s, it was right up here in the Tower District on Van Ness. My payment was $500 a month. With, oh my gosh, how are we going to make that payment? And like I said, 10 years later, I sold the property. I made $200,000. Besides not paying any rent for that period of time. So
It's huge.
It's so important that you talk to Lisa Flores. Where should they start if they're thinking, well, that sounds interesting, I'm going to talk to her?
Yeah, I would say you can go right to our website. We have a page where you can actually schedule your free mortgage consultant. It has my live schedule on there, and you can pick your appointment time within 15 minutes. You kind of give me a little bit of information on what you would like to talk about, and that is live. So you can go to my website. You can take the application if you're ready to jump in. If maybe you kind of wanted to ask me some questions or concerns, or just some check downs, I heard this, I heard that, my uncle told me this, definitely make that appointment with me. I will call you. It's very much necessary, so that way we make sure we get that information over.
What about if somebody's not quite ready? Like you look at their credit report
yeah?
and their income, and you say, well, you would tell them you need to wait 6 months, or you need to do this or that.
So I always tell my clients, I love to let them know, there's only two things that can happen, right? Number one, you're ready to go. That's a given. The only other outcome is you're not ready to go, but that's okay, because that's why you're with me. And we're going to get you, a roadmap to home ownership. And I think that is very important. It pains my soul when I hear my clients say, well, I've spoken to 2-3 lenders, and by golly, you just answered my questions in 5 minutes. And it's big.
Right. I will warn people, only talk to one lender like Lisa. Because you talk to 2 or 3, they're all running credit reports. That dings them every time. That doesn't help them.
Yeah, so no, it doesn't. It is very, very important for our clients to know that when you get your credit ran, you do have a 90-day window where you're kind of in that, probationary period where the bureaus know, they might be shopping for some mortgages. But it is not an adverse effect to their credit. What ends up happening more often than not is when they go car shopping, when they start opening, just lines of credit or, retail cards, that is the type of activity that the bureaus would not like to see. They want to slow that down. So it's definitely in their best interest. If you are going to get an inquiry, get your mortgage inquiry, and do that before you guys buy the car too.
By the way, I call this a nightmare scenario where people, they're looking at houses. Oh, it's time. Oh, look, our credit report's pretty good. Let's see about buying a house. Oh, and then go and buy a car too.
Yeah.
That hurts, right?
It does.
Don't do that.
It does. We're talking about, and right now, let's talk about how expensive cars are.
Yeah.
They are not $300 payments anymore.
Right.
They are upwards of $500 and more. So when we're looking at, and these buyers are coming in with, currently right now, with more debt and recent auto loans.
Okay. Buy the house first.
Yes.
Talk to the Lisa first. She'll tell you when to buy a car. And it's probably going to be after you buy the house. But, you know,
we'll make sure you have a garage.
do it in the
your
right
car in.
order. Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you.
Okay, just tell us the name of the website.
Yes,
It's
it
on the
is
screen.
www.linkwith.us.
Linkwith.us. It's on the screen. If you guys don't
Yes.
get it, by the way, I went and typed Linc Team.
Yes.
And there's one from like Chicago or something. Go to the Fresno one, Linc
Yes.
Team. You'll find them. It was very easy. I found them on Google after my interns told me a few times about this cool company we got to check out. And we found
you.
them. So,
I appreciate
and
it.
I have their number on my desk. Anyway, thank you. We'll be back with more Central Valley Talk right after this.
I had an amazing time.
We make it easy.